Hello,
Hi guys,
it's Robin here
and Rin again.
from Eastern Influence Parenting Style, and today we're doing an exciting video because we got to see a lot of comments on social media about the show, about the parenting, a little bit about our parenting style, and honestly, we welcome pretty much all of it. If you've got an opinion. And it's it's an honest opinion, constructive. We are interested, even if it's contrary to what we believe or we're interested in having a debate and having a discussion. We think it's useful. We think it's beneficial.
Yes. Should we get into the first kind of questions that is quite widely asked on social media? That is, what kind of parents entering themselves to this Britain's Best Parents show?
I think that's a great question.
Yes, we would ask the same questions.
We would, because when we signed up to this show, we didn't know the title of the show.
It wasn't even like sign up to a show. When I got I got an email asking, "Oh, are you a proud parent? You wanna share your parenting tips, or you are?" We're looking for parents to do a educational documentary about parenting. That was it. So without thinking of TV show or anything, all I thought when I replied to that email was, actually yes, because I think our children turn out quite well, and our parenting has quite a big influence on how they behave and how they turn up. So I wrote back about 5 sentences about, okay, we use Eastern and Western combination, etc., etc., and that was it. And then I got a reply back said, "Oh, we want to chat." So when I told you, you weren't interested at all.
I was not interested in doing a TV show about parenting. That's true. Yeah, but then Rin gave a speech about at the dinner table about how if what we do is beneficial, and or someone likes what we do and it helps them on their parenting journey, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't disagree, particularly because take for example the Eastern influences. It's affected us and benefited us. Maybe it could benefit someone else.
Yeah, and you're quite big on personal development as well, don't you? And teaching. So I think that is why I finally managed to get him in and then reply back. And it was a long process. Skype interview, come to take a video. And even all those journey, we still don't know. We still thought it was...
We don't know the title.
We thought it was going to be a parenting documentary. And in my head, it will be something like they probably pick maybe 2 or 3 parents and follow them around for a month or so. We know what the name of the program and the style of the show on the day that they sent us the contract.
That's right, yeah.
And
so we were already in it, basically.
Yeah, we were already in it, because by that time it was 2-3 months period already that we were involved.
And we thought, well...
we thought, oh, well, we've come this far, let's go along.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. And then do our best in showing people what we do, and hopefully they will resonate with our style and benefit them. That's what we do, and that's what bring us here. So,
what kind of parents would do that show? Parents that didn't know what the title of the show was.
Yes.
until we were in it.
Well, that's the first questions answered.
So on to another question.
More like comments or questions.
Yeah. It was more like comments.
Yeah.
I'll read it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not pigeonhole parents into categories. Based on what? What's the criteria? So let's not pigeonhole parents into categories. That's a really good point. Why would you want to categorize people's parenting styles? And I'll tell you why. because of parenting outcomes, because of the effects it has on children. And this is what psychologists and sociologists have been looking at actually for many decades. What are the concrete effects on children with regards to parenting styles? Some parenting styles produce good results, and some parenting styles produce not so good results. And there's a lot of evidence, empirical evidence over many decades to support that. So let's not pigeonhole parents into categories. Okay, I understand it's uncomfortable. It's not a great feeling, maybe, but unfortunately, there is a lot of evidence to suggest that it's worth doing to have better outcomes for children. Based on what? What's the criteria? So based on two things: the parenting approach or style, because there are clearly different parenting styles. And I'll just tell you three of them, which sociologists have discovered, specifically Diana Baumrind in the 1960s. They are authoritarian, permissive, and authoritative. We'll just take authoritarian. Authoritarian is a very hard style. It's where you demand obedience from your child. Well, that has very different results to an authoritative style. So that's what it's based on. I mean, that's one of the things you can base it on, the actual style of the parents. What's the criteria? Well, you can observe the parenting style, but also I think what's critical here is what effect it has on the child. And you can measure that in a few specific ways. Social interaction, academic performance, long-term mental health. These are all things that are measurable with regards to children over the time that they are being parented, being under the influence of a parenting style. So that's the criteria, and those things really do matter.
Yeah.
The mental health of a child, whether they are more susceptible to alcohol and drug abuse, how they perform academically, because finishing high school and finishing college will have a massive impact on their
Future.
long-term ability to earn money and survive.
How they fit in society.
Yes, their social maturity or lack thereof is going to affect the quality of their life.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there is the nature-nurture argument, which says that people have their own personalities that will manifest over a lifetime, and that's true. However, the research shows that also parenting styles do matter. So that hopefully answers your question. It is uncomfortable to talk about this kind of thing, but I think we need to have these discussions.
Then lead to the next one, which is...
The next comment.
The next comment, which is... a lot of people put off by the name and the style of the show because they feel like judging parenting skill is not really fair, and how can anyone say I have the best parenting skill? All children different, parenting is difficult enough. Ethos of the show is another example of parents feeling judged and feeling not good enough.
Yeah, that's it. I think
we
agree with a lot of that.
Yeah, well, we do agree with a lot of it.
So people are put off by the judging of parenting skill.
The name and the ethos of the show, I think.
Yeah, I think it's very uncomfortable.
Yes.
I can agree with that. It was very uncomfortable for us.
Yeah.
Having our parenting judged.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I agree with that. I can see why people would be put off by it.
Yes.
We didn't know the original nature of the show.
How can anyone say I have the best parenting skill when we have been asked multiple times during the filming, are you the best parents? Do you think your parents' parenting style is the best? And of course they didn't show the answer, because we didn't say we are the best parents. We all said we certainly don't think we are the best parent. We just want to show people what we do that works.
Well, it works for us.
For us, and hopefully that people will try, and if it works for them, it benefit them, great.
Yeah, if they don't like it, that's fine as well. Just leave it. But I can say in our experience, I have seen parenting and people parenting, I thought I really like what they're doing, and then I've used it myself. So I think that was our intention. Have you know? We've never said we're Britain's best parents. That's a silly thing.
It's all about the show business, isn't it? If they name it something like, let's follow these people for 2 months and see what they do. I mean, no one's gonna turn in and watch the show.
Yeah.
So
I think the name of the show was designed to poke people, to prod them,
and it works.
And it worked, because look,
we're talking about it now. All children are different.
Agree.
Yep. Parenting is difficult enough. Yes.
Agree with that. All children are different.
Yeah, and how can
the ethos of
the ethos of the show is another example. Parents feeling judged and feeling not good enough.
That's a pity.
That's a pity, because for me, I think
there's a lot of judging that goes on, and
judging in everywhere you go. If you think about what people think all the time, you can't leave the house. In the end of the day, I will decide what I want to do, what will be best for me, to be best for my children. But I think having a discussion about it is good. It means that, I'm not alone.
And feeling judged and not feeling good enough, that's... I feel sorry for people that feel like that. And a lot of people do. A lot of people do. And I think if you're reading about this kind of thing, you probably are interested in parenting. And if you're interested enough to be reading about parenting, you're probably doing a good job anyway. You're probably doing a fair enough job. And also, I do think parenting is much more about the grand scheme of things. It's about dominant themes over many, many years than compared to like the small day-to-day little things, when we all do things wrong, we all make mistakes.
Or 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah, it's the small things. They're not as important as the themes over many years. In my opinion, when it comes to parenting, having an overall theme, I think it allows you not to be so nervous and not to be so caught up in the judging and
to have a clear goal of what type of children you want your children to be.
What you're working towards.
Yeah.
So I think, in summary, we do find it fun to hear the feedback on social media. We really don't mind criticism, as long as it's honest and not directed at personality. Because we're full of imperfections. Yeah. You can have a field day on that. But we are interested in having a debate. And as far as we're concerned, the name of the show was designed to spark debate. And that gets people talking about parenting. And if we're talking about parenting, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for your comments.
Yes. Keep watching. Subscribe, because we will have more video to come.
Yeah, more videos. And remember, take what you like, disregard the rest. If it's useful to you, great, we're happy. So like, subscribe, share. Thanks so much for watching.